Joe. How's it going today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing awesome. How is your San Diego Comic-Con going for 2018?
It's exhausting, but it's always fun.
It's always exhausting too, but you just got to have fun with it. So I'm here to talk to you about your Expedition Unknown cameo that you did recently with Josh Gates.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Josh and I have been friends for years. We both were on Syfy, obviously, when we met, as a Destination Truth, and I had a Hollywood Treasure, my show. And, we've always talked about doing something together. And, one day he called me up and he said, let's do a show. So, it was a blast.
Now, when you guys were kind of spitballing ideas for the show, was Dorothy's red slippers the case that you had in mind, or was that what you kind of fell upon as a case to do?
We pitched a bunch of, we kind of were brainstorming of what we wanted to do. I mean, it wasn't, on my top 5 list. There were other things I wanted to do, but we kept coming back to it had the best story, and it seemed to be the thing that everybody kind of settled on. So it just worked out, for both of us.
Now, this is a very important question. The Yellow Brick Road dance, how long did it take you guys to coordinate that? Because it was just magical.
Okay,
it really was.
So I will give the segment producers were awesome.
Yeah.
They had this thing all lined up. They surprised me. It was cold there.
Yeah.
I'm talking freezing cold.
Yeah.
And we were out. 90% of that shoot was outdoors.
Yeah.
And there's so much of it you probably will see in the repack, fans out there that we did, and we're freezing. So Josh and I are we had it down, and then we must have done 20 takes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it started to snow.
Oh no.
And snow and snow and snow.
Oh,
so
no.
But we had a blast.
Yeah, definitely. And as far as other pop culture mysteries, since you said the red slippers wasn't quite at your top 5 list, what is another pop culture mystery you would love someone to just be like, Joe, I need your help me with it right now?
Well, the thing that was the most appealing to me is, and it's known a little bit in Baja, when Cecil B. DeMille did the first 10 Commandments, he built full-size cities.
Oh, wow.
He buried the entire cities when they left the set.
Wow.
And a couple of archaeologists have dug up pieces of them. So I'm like, Josh, let's go dig up a bigger piece, right? And then he was kind of like, well, they've already done it. But I'm like, yeah, but we've looked for ruby slippers. So I was kind of wanting to go do that because I thought it would have been a cool adventure. So maybe someday we'll do another adventure.
I hope so. I mean, you know what? Honestly, the response from the fans, that's like a top 5 favorite episode of Expedition. So I'm sure, I'm hoping, Josh, that he will be doing another collaboration with you in the future.
Well, the good thing though is one of the reasons Josh and I have stayed in contact for all these years. Josh has always been, Joe, you got to get back on television. So
yeah.
I'm working with Josh's production company, and actually we just sold a new show
cool.
that I'll be hosting. So eventually there'll be a new TV show with me back on the air.
Awesome. And are there any events or promotions or charities or causes that you want to give a little shout out to while you have the floor?
We do a lot with the Children's Museum in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I'm a big supporter of that museum. So, anybody who ever wants to do something great should go to Indianapolis and visit this. It's the 3rd largest and most attended museum in America, and they do so much great things for children, and that's the charity that we support the most.
This is serious. Josh, this is serious. You're going.
All right, Josh, it's Joe. Hey, remember your friend? I'm going to see you in a few weeks. I'm going to sell a TV show. Don't forget. Guess what, buddy? It's that time again. Call me. This has got a great story. You have to have this ticket. I know you can afford it. Time to call your friend.
Get a little close up there. Call your friend.